I have a solid white Outrageous, the new model that has a fully sheeted wing, and a fresh Scarlet Screamer. I'm gonna get him out so Harold can see him. He's flying the EF1 on the simulator right now, as a matter of fact. And learning the 3-pole course. So I'll now have a new bud to fly 3-pole pylon with on my field.
I think the fun part will be when we cut that fiberglass off.
Yeah.
See what it does. Oh, well, that's what one of them looks like, huh?
What? Yeah, we're gonna get one out. I'm just trying to find a knife so I can cut the little opening to hold the stabilizer on. We can use at worst case, I can use the utility knife. Because I don't know what I did with my X-Acto knives, and they're in a box somewhere. Until I get everything cleaned back up, sorted back out, and knowing where they are. So I'll just carefully use a utility knife to open up what I want to open up. I'll be back in just a minute, and then we'll open it up. You can take one of these home with you if you want to.
So what are the specs on this baby?
Both of these airplanes are based on a full scale cassette. You know, the home built airplane that you can actually buy a kit for.
Yeah.
But everybody puts composite fuselages, and now they put tapered wings on instead of that short stubby wing. Have you seen my little constant cord wing I did for this? Grab that. I'm making a constant cord wing that will be actually have an inch or so cut off of it, and it's a constant cord wing, and I'm gonna do the little stubby stabilizer.
Okay.
And there's one called In a Rush, and I'm doing it in white with red trim like that. But first, what I'm gonna do is stick this one together. Actually, I don't have the wing rod. Actually, it's probably sitting over there. Let's see if I can find the wing rod. So we don't have to pull parts out of the parts bag. That's what I was trying to avoid. Well, we're gonna have to open the parts bag because I don't know where the wing rod is. So I'll show you what the silver one looked like. I'm actually redoing the silver one. I'm using it. I'm bashing it into something else. I mean, it'll still be cassette based, but it's getting the constant cord wing on it, or getting a constant cord wing on it. So these are packed very nicely. The World models, double boxes, all their stuff. You see the boxes they came in. You can actually get 2 of these at a time. That's how people like to order them from me. That's how I like to get them from. I get either 2 or 4 in a bundle from Airborne. always discard the tape while I'm doing this, otherwise you end up with sticky everywhere. I don't like the decals that come with this because the stuff that's on the real airplane is actually kind of a Cub yellow, but Cali Graphics has the graphics, and she can do them in the matching yellow. But they changed the wheel pants from the version 1 to the version 2. They used to have the stupid slot thing on them, but now they don't, and they stay on much better. I don't use the clips that come with it. I use axle from Hanger 9 that we sell for their shoestring, or else a friend of mine makes them on his lathe. I don't have to buy them that way. If you like an electric, you're going to love these airplanes. They use the same size motor as that 251 you have. You could put one of the motors for that in that airplane, but it would be too powerful for that non-D2 wing, because these go 115 to 125 miles an hour.
On the same motor?
Huh?
Same
Not
motor?
on that motor, using an EF1 motor, EF1 legal motor. There's a list of approved motors. Then you have to use an approved motor, and there's a limit on the cost of the ESC. She'll let you do this so you feel like you're unwrapping your own toy, but I've done it so many times. I thought I would do it and save you the hassle. Plus, I'm going to be putting this one together for myself anyway, so unless you take it. If you want it, everything's for sale and everything's acquirable. Some airplanes like the Quickie Jet powered orange airplane in there, and I wouldn't sell, because I just have too many fond memories with it. It was a hoot getting that engine on it. It's a hoot seeing the Sky Raider go 130 miles an hour. And it's a hoot having it on the tune pipe and really hauling butt. I'll let you take it out. I'll let you have the unpacking experience. I'll be taking the plastic off the wings while you're doing that so we can snap it together. You need a knife or...
No. This part. We don't need to go get any more parts in this, do we?
We'll want to get the cowl and the other stuff, the hatch out, so you can see what it actually looks like. We're going to snap it together. Might as well do it so that people can see it, so you can see it. Like I said, I did an introductory video, but it's different having somebody with you when you do it. Cool seeing the reaction and getting the comments.
I like that red.
You do?
Oh yeah.
Well, the white one's actually the one I plan to build, so if you want a red and white one, you can have this one. I can get more. That's the nice thing about being a dealer. Check out that wing. See, it used to have an open bay wing. If you look at the wing panels from the old one compared to that one.
Oh yeah, this is definitely a lot nicer.
Yeah, and people were folding the wings on the original one unless they took it apart and strengthened it. Nobody's folded a wing on one of these that I know of, except some people have folded the carbon fiber tube in the middle. If you don't do some reinforcement inside the carbon fiber tube holder, the carbon fiber tube can break.
Check the time.
Huh?
My son's got his first date tonight.
Who does?
My son.
What time you gotta be out of here? Now?
Yeah, we got enough time to do this, and I think that'll be about it for today.
You want to do this? You want to open these holes up?
No, you're fine. I usually use a soldering iron.
That would be easier, but this is completely hidden by the tail, so it doesn't really matter. The bolt-on tail is really nice on these because you can put them together, take them apart, and ship them.
This thing builds pretty light, doesn't it?
It comes close to the minimum weight of 3 3/4 pounds. I think it's either 3.5 or 3 3/4 pounds. I can't remember at the moment.
Can you get this out?
Yeah, go ahead and take that out. I'll be getting the fin and rudder out. You don't get the full effect of these planes until you see them together. They are good looking airplanes. Also put red and white checkerboard on the wing so that mine's differentiated, or black and white checkerboard. But
it seems like on the bottom side they should do something so you know which side, right
the
side.
thing is they're open slate. You do whatever with them you want. What you need to do is open these holes here. You can do that with this. I mean, it doesn't have to be super smooth because I can come back and trim it. All we want to do is be able to get the screws in.
Well, I just put X's in them, so that should do it.
All right, grab that other airplane, and I'll take the tail off of it. Take the hatch off and the cowl so it doesn't fall off. And I had Allen wrenches over here somewhere.
Right here.
Probably let's see, which is the metric set.
Which one?
That's the metric. Go ahead and open the parts bag and get the wing joiner out. It's just a carbon fiber tube rod.
Yeah, I can see it.
I wanted to change the fin on this anyway, so I'm tired of seeing it with this red fin on it.
You want the silver one on there, huh?
Yeah, the way it's supposed to look. As a matter of fact, I'm going to recover the what I'm going to do is recover the stabilizer in the silver, and I'm going to use the white wing from the White Outrageous kit that I'm putting the constant cord wing on, and then this will be like the original scale color of the Outrageous. I want to do it as a scale color scheme for the Outrageous. The new Outrageous is solid white. I must have dropped the screw somewhere.
Right there.
Oh, thank you. See the way this works is, where's the white stab out of it right here. They added this piece. Originally you had to put a little filler in there. A lot of people missed it, and then they would wind up with down in their stabilizer. That's one of the fixes I had them made. See, I work with them on refining their models on the Skyraider Mach 2. It's been through at least 5 revisions, I think 6 revisions, since I started working with them. The first real revision was just getting the solid colors made, and then we reinforced the landing gear blocks. Then the cheeks that used to be straight out, you see my orange one, how it has the cheeks that stick straight out.
Mm-hmm.
The next change was pulling the cheeks in, because they would vibrate. You didn't put a rod between them. Problems with this. So, and on the LA Racer, we refined that one to put an aluminum landing gear on it instead of the wire landing gear. People really like that, and added a battery hatch. People really like the battery hatch because it works well as a tank hatch too.
This wasn't that it's slowed down.
Yeah, that's not it.
Now we need this part.
Yeah, just stick that on. Just don't push it too hard. It kind of locks in at the front. Oh wait, well, my hands are kind of shaky.
Can I do?
Hang on a second, I think I got it. Yeah, this is I've been doing so much and getting so little sleep. Working on MSMTV. Been working on all the websites to do. I have you saw the forums. I have an all new Angular website for that with all new forms written in Angular.
Cool.
And it'll solve all the problems that people had with uploading photos and stuff. You can upload as many photos as you want, as big as you want. I worked on. See, I have a thing called Stigall Core. Originally, it was just called Core, but I registered stigallcore.com, and all of the services for all the applications that I'm building come through Stigall Core, because it's got all the stuff for talking to Amazon S3 for image storage and blob storage and stuff. And I know we're talking computer stuff while we're doing airplanes, but that's what we do. The thing is, all those facilities are common to all my applications. I need to be able to have images. I need to be able to have links to videos. I need to be able to have categories of all kinds of stuff. So I'm building it so that it's one cohesive system. One thing we need to do is cut this out and cut these out. Let me move the box so you can do that without scoring up the fuselage. The wing is going to cover it anyway, so it's no big deal if you don't.
Right here? Oh yeah, you gotta have that one.
Yeah, it's no big deal if they aren't perfect. The biggest thing is that I don't sit on something and break it. Let me slide past you so I'm getting the wing screws. What I was trying to do is not have to open the parts bag very much in case you do take this one home. I think your wife would like to see it.
Oh, she doesn't really get interested in that.
She doesn't get it. Oh, about your son?
Not at all.
Not at all. Well, you can just leave it here. If you decide you want it, you put it together. We got bunches more EF1 laser cut kits coming, and with you helping with the mold, I'll finally get some stuff into production if I can find a new laser cutter. And we're gonna have some really cool EF1 airplanes. I plan to race EF1 on the field next year and have some races on the field, especially now I got you here.
Okay, where did the black thing go?
The black rod, I took it.
Right here. Let's see if I can get it in here. So normally do you sand this down with like 500 grit sandpaper to get them to fit, or just, that fits pretty good.
Yeah, it's a nice tight fit. If you have any slop, the wings will not stay. We might not. We're only gonna put a screw in on the front or back so that we don't have to screw them all in. Here's a screw.
Actually, we didn't have to do that. They'll stay.
Go ahead and put one screw in if you can. Just get it part of the way in, just so it holds it in place, so it doesn't flop. We're not going to put the landing gear on. There's no need. Did you get that in at all? All right.
It's really good, very well together.
Oh yeah, this is a great airplane. The first revisions had some little issues, but I worked pretty hard with them on. Phi Chan is the owner. He's a designer. He designs a lot of airplanes. Dan Kane and Jerry Small designed this airplane, and I helped them get hooked up with Airborne so that Airborne could produce them. Like I said, this class was designed so that ARF makers, that's why you can't have all fiberglass fuselages. The fuselages have to be made out of wood, and the surfaces can't have the edges rounded more than a certain amount, and the back of the wing can only be so sharp, because a sharp trailing edge gives you an advantage. And that's the thing with people being able to build. a lot of people started building because some of the arcs just weren't up to snuff. But this latest revision of these planes.
Okay, so now what's next?
So put this on. Let's go ahead and put the hatch on. It's better to put the hatch on first, just before you actually have the cowl actually fitted and everything. Are we still blinking, or did we stop?
You have to go on that side, look.
Huh?
You have to go on the other side. Look for the red dot.
I need to stop.
Yeah, it's blinking, right? See?
Is it? Oh, it is. Okay, thank you. I want to make sure this is on video. This helps fly sell airplanes. I'll cut this out. This helps fly sell airplanes. It helps me sell fillers. It'll help me sell parts when I have the fiberglass parts ready. You know, what I do on mine is I put a rare earth magnet in here, put a rare earth magnet there, so it just snaps in, but that's what I'm doing with those fiberglass ones. But just slide the cowl on.
A nice looking plane.
Hold it down here so that it fits in the. Yeah, it's a great looking airplane, and the new one with this. Originally, they put red on the wing and the stabilizer. It wasn't scale. It just didn't look pretty. But these are pretty airplanes.
Yeah, that's a very pretty airplane.
And they fly great. I mean, talk about something going where you point it. It goes exactly where you point it.
Yeah, it doesn't look like you have to fly fast if you don't want to. But
No, you can slow it down. You can actually fly them on a 3-cell if you use something other than an 8x8 prop. Use something like a 9x6.
oh yeah.
You fly them on 3 cells, and then the takeoff habits are much easier to deal with. And even if you're running the regular EF1 motor, if you switch to a 10x7E, it won't overdraw the current, and it slows the airplane down and gives it more authority, and you have less trouble less trouble on takeoff because they got plenty of ground clearance.
That's a nice design plane.
Well, Dan and Jerry did a great job on it, and the World Models did a good job, and then we worked on refining it, and hopefully they'll start getting more of these in. They were going to produce Estrelita, but they may or may not produce those, but these are still available.
I think it's a gorgeous plane. Looks like a fun one to fly.
You want one?
Sure. I want to go fly this thing. This thing looks
Well,
fun.
I won't be racing with you on the field next year.
So this is the same engine as the P-51 Mustang, the yellow
The same
one?
size, it's not the same power. That one in your P-51 is a 600 watt. We use 800 watt motors in these.
Yeah, but you still can fit it in here.
Yeah.
You just fly slower is what I'm saying.
Yeah. The motor actually fits fine. If you're not trying to go fast, that motor fits the same exact mounting pattern. And what you do is Brodak sells what's called a universal mount that goes on the back of the motor, and it's paired by that universal mount that fits on most of the motors because it's the exact same pattern as the firewall, so you don't have to do any modifications to the firewall. Then you use spacers to get it the right space. I buy spacers from McMaster Car. I have them in all different sizes from 1/8 inch up to 1.5 inch, so I can combine them however I need to. But you can just make spacers out of plywood. It's actually, you can have one of these together in the evening. Actually, one of the issues on the first ones was.
So are these actually pre-glued?
No, they're CA. That was something I required on all the stuff I work on, so that you can easily add trim to them. They're CA hinges. They're pre-slotted, but they're not glued.
So you just have to put the pins in and glue
So
it
if you want to recover the wing, like a friend of mine, Greg Dude, redid one of these in pink. This covering is easy to take off. All you do is peel it off and then use acetone to get the residue off, or you can use a heat gun and you might not even leave residue on it.
Right.
So they're extremely easy to recover and customize however you want to.
I bet this thing flies almost as easy as a trainer on for flying it.
Straight and level, absolutely as easy as a trainer.
On low rate, this thing looks like a fun flyer.
Oh, you will enjoy them.
Plus, it's acrobatic. It's probably all give up by looking at it.
Surprisingly, rolls. I mean, because we're turning stuff, rolls, loops, whatever. I mean, you can do most anything other than outside maneuvers and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, how many planes do that? Oh, that's kind of heavy for that. Okay, that was fun.
So I have it in solid white, and the solid white one has.
That looks bigger than the other.
The solid white. I'm not going to stick this together, but the solid white one is this one with see, it's got a more sloped canopy on it.
Yeah.
It's got a more sloped canopy, and on the stabilizer, fin. We can sort of hold it together so that people can see what it looks like.
Okay.
Grab the wing. And what I do with the fin.
Right here.
Okay. This was the first one I got, and I just kept it because I put this covering on it. I flew a bunch of other ones.
Okay, I see what it looks like.
See, it didn't look that good with the all silver and the all red. The first,
Yeah,
the first,
really
I was severely upset when I saw the open bay wings. When they came in, that was a major bummer for me because I told them the wings needed to be fully sheeted, and then it wound up being a problem. The issue was some of these crashed with radio failure, supposed radio failure. People thought it was the silver covering. That's why they did them in solid white. That's why we did the last revision in solid white, because a lot of people want solid white airplanes like this.
I like the white and the red. That looks good to me.
Like the Proud Bird, Jim Allen that designed it did graphics for me. He has some graphics he did, and they're really, really cool. Let me go grab the sheet of paper so you can see what kind of graphics I'm putting on that. This is his airplane, his personal airplane. And see how it's got the purple on it and the wavy purple checkerboard.
Nice.
He did one for me that has orange here and then purple here. So mine will have orange and purple with no yellow, where this one has it. It should look really cool. I'm just waiting until we get the molds finished on this on these wing fillets and stuff before I put one together. Because I want fiberglass parts on mine.
So that's what we're building is for this plane.
The stuff we're doing is for this airplane.
Oh, great. That'll be fun.
But I also have molds in progress for that. You saw for the hatch for both of these and the cowl. That's what this cowl.
Plugs in for
this cowl has had this filled in, and all I got to do is shape this. And I'm going to put some braces to hold this in shape so it's in better shape so it doesn't fan out like that. And I should have the cowl and the stuff done by the first of the year for these. And I'm gonna start offering the Outrageous and the Scarlet Screamer both as kits again, both with the tapered wing, and I'm gonna offer a cassette like I'm doing the Inner Rush with the constant cord wing, because the constant cord wings, there's a thing about long wings. You know, gliders do well because they have high aspect ratio wings. Well, on the racers, there used to be a minimum wingspan. They found out they needed a maximum wingspan because people started going with ultra long wings and going faster because they go faster in the turns. But on these airplanes at the Reynolds numbers they're at, a constant cord wing is not that big of a deal and may actually have less drag. And I can't wait to get one of the constant cord winglets together and actually start doing some testing and timing and taking it to some races next year, because I intend to race a lot next year as long as I don't have health issues. Of course, this year's been hell, but with me being fully checked out, as long as I don't have to have surgery on my heart, you know, it's going to be a fun year. Especially now I got a great new friend. Thanks for doing the video, Harold. That's it for today's session. We'll follow up with more on the mold making, and stay tuned for even more. And appreciate you watching, and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks. Now, if you want to take the fresh in the box white one at home and then box it at home, you're welcome to.
Oh, no, I like that color better.
But, I mean, if you just want to take it home and see what it looks like.
Oh, that's fine.
Do you want to take this one apart and stick it back in the box and take it home?
Yeah, let's try to do that.
Well, go ahead.